Hi, everybody. Welcome to my living room. This is Marley. He's my Labradoodle. I'm going to take you through a quick kind of 20-minute, half an hour yoga flow. So please join me on the mat. We're going to lie down on our backs into Shavasana. So hopefully Marley behaves, not always a certain. He might end up coming down and licking me. Here we go. All right, so let's lie down on our backs. I want you to start by drawing the knees into the chest. Now we're going to gently draw the knees left and right, just rolling to one side and then the other. No, thank you, Marley. On the couch. On the couch. Up, up. So we're just going to gently rock side to side. Now we're going to circle the knees. So we're going to roll the knees in towards our chest and then away from us. Come on, up. Good boy. So we're going to circle for 3, 2, and 1, and then circle the other way. So we're rolling the lower back into the ground, getting a nice little massage. And now we're going to extend the arms and legs. So I want you to take your arms above your head, take your legs to the ground. I want you to point the toes, reach, big breath in. As you exhale, just completely relax, let the whole body go. Do 2 more. So inhale, point the toes, reach. And exhale, just relax. 1 more time, big breath in. And exhale to relax. Good. So we're just going to bring the knees in again and just rock ourselves all the way up into a seated position. Let's cross the ankles now, tipping into a table position. So I want you to take the hands underneath the shoulders, spread the fingers wide. Take the eye of the elbow, this little crease, and just roll that guy forward. And then have your knees underneath your hips. Rest the feet on the floor. We'll take a big breath in. We're going to look to the sky, lift the chin and tailbone, arch the back. As you exhale, suck your belly in and then round through the back. So we're getting a nice big stretch between the shoulder blades into your lower back. Inhale, look up, arch the back. Exhale to round. 2 more. Inhale and exhale. Last one. Inhale and exhale. So coming back to our neutral spine, so that nice flat back position, I want you to tuck the toes, push up onto the knees, and then come into downward dog. So we're going to drop back to the knees as we inhale. Take our hips back towards our heels as we exhale. Inhale to table. Exhale to downward dog. Inhale to table. Exhale, child's pose. Next time we're in downward dog, we're going to stay there. So we're going to exhale up and back into our downward dog. And now just going to walk out the heels. So we're going to wiggle the hips, pulse out the heels, give the back of the legs, your hamstrings and your calves a nice big stretch. Wiggle the hips for 3, 2, 1, and then look forward. So we're going to walk our feet up towards the top of our mat. Coming into ragdoll. So for ragdoll, your feet should be hip width apart. We're going to soften the knees a little. Grab opposite elbows with your hands and just let the head and shoulders hang. So we tip our weight forward slightly. Our hips are above our ankles. Every time we exhale, we just get a little deeper into our stretch. If you're really tight in the hamstrings, make sure those knees stay quite bent. Now we let the hands just dangle all the way to the ground. All right, so softening the knees, take your hands to your thighs. We're going to roll all the way up to standing, coming all the way up. And now from here, we're just going to take the arms and circle them backwards for 3, 2, and 1. Good. Circle forwards now. Big circles forwards, opening up through the back of the shoulders. 2, and 1. Let's take a big breath in. I want you to reach the arms above the head. So we're going to press and take the palms to the sky. I want you to draw the shoulders down, draw the abs in. Tip up and over to one side now. So we're going to come over to the left side. Now my right foot is grounded. I'm getting a nice stretch into the right side of my rib cage, into my hip. And then my left shoulder is drawing forward. So I'm getting the shoulders are stacked. Let's inhale back to center, extend and reach. And now exhale to the other side. So my right shoulder is drawing forward, the left shoulder is drawing back. Big inhale and then exhale to deepen. Let's come all the way back to center now. Let's release the arms and open through the chest. So squeeze the shoulder blades together. Give your chest, your shoulders, your heart a nice big stretch and an opening, releasing tension. And then release, shake out the arms. So I'm going to turn around because I have more room this way. So we're going to do some sun salutation. So we're going to begin at the top of our mat in mountain pose. Bring the base of the big toes together. We're just going to rock back and forth, left and right, just finding that spot where your weight is evenly balanced. Bring the hands to the heart center. Look down to your fingertips. Take a big breath in. Inhale to reach and look up towards your thumbs. As you exhale now, with a nice flat back, we're going to bring the hands all the way down to the ground. So see how my back stays nice and flat. I'm not rounding here. My chest stays open. My knees are a little soft, my abs are engaged, and I'm going to release the hands to the floor. Coming into a halfway lift now, so fingertips come to the shins. We're going to flatten off the back, lift the chest forward, and then bring the hands to the floor as we step back into plank. We're going to drop the knees to the floor, bring your chin and your chest between the hands, and then we're going to inhale to cobra. So the belly stays on the ground, the legs are together, shoulder blades are drawn down, elbows are tucked in. Come tuck onto your toes, push onto your knees. Exhale, send the hips back into our downward dog. Tailbone is lifted. And we're going to take 3 long, deep breaths here. So we're lifting the knees, engaging the quads, pressing the heels towards the floor. 2 more breaths. So just finishing your exhale, we're going to look forwards, soften the knees, step the left foot and then the right foot forward, coming back into the halfway lift. So fingertips on the shin. Exhale, forward fold. And now with, again, a nice flat back, draw the abs in, bring the arms above the head, and then exhale the hands to the heart center. So we're going to do 2 more like this. So inhale, reach up. Exhale, bow forwards with that flat back position. Inhale, halfway lift. Step to your plank position. Exhale, lower. So now you can either do the knees, chin, and chest if you're a beginner. If you've done yoga and you're comfortable with your chaturanga, you're going to come all the way down, hover into that low push-up position, and then either cobra or we can move into our upward dog. So we're going to lift the knees, draw the abs in, shoulder blades draw into the back, and then we're going to roll over the toes, either from cobra or upward dog into our downward dog again. So just check out your fingers, make sure the every knuckle is connected to the ground, particularly your thumb and first finger, which tend to roll up a little. Hold here and breathe. And then 1 more nice long inhale and exhale. We're going to look forwards now, soften the knees, step the feet forward, coming into a halfway lift, fingertips on the shin. Exhale, forward fold. And now grounding into your feet, I want you to inhale the arms over the head, big breath in, and exhale, release. Good. So 1 more like this. Inhale, reach. Exhale to bow forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Stepping into your plank. We're going to exhale to lower. So either knees, chin, and chest or that low push-up position. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale to our downward dog. Pause here. So just letting all the tension in the legs release. Tailbone is lifted, shoulders are getting a nice big stretch here. So from here, I want you to bring the big toes together. We're going to ground that left heel to the floor as we take the right leg up into 3-legged dog. So point the toes, bend the knee, flex the foot, and then open that hip to the right side. So we're getting a nice big stretch into the right hip, into your hip flexor. Now bring the foot forward, step the foot all the way to the hands, coming into a low lunge position. We're going to drop the left knee to the ground, relax your back toes, press your left hip forward, take your right hand to your right thigh. Now let's take this left arm, reach it up, draw the belly in and sink down so we're getting a nice stretch into the left hip flexor. Inhale to reach. We're going to turn to the right now. Take the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Draw the belly in towards your spine. We're going to bring the hands to prayer position. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to turn and twist. And take your gaze over your right shoulders. This could reverse prayer twist. Now, if you want to go a little deeper here, you can dig your back toes in and lift up your back knee. So we're now into a bit more of a balance. Okay? But if it's too much, just drop the knee back down. So we inhale to lengthen. Exhale to turn and twist. Now let's drop this knee to the floor. We're going to bring the hands back beside the right foot. We're going to dig the back toes in now, lift up the back knee and step back to your down dog. Let's walk out the heels a few times. Now with your big toes touching again, right heel is pressing into the floor, left leg kicks up, bend the knee, flex the foot and open to the left side. Now we're going to swing this leg forward, step it forwards all the way to the hands. Drop your right knee to the ground. Relax the back toes, take your left hand to your left thigh, draw the belly in and then press your right hip forward as you reach up towards the sky. Inhale to lengthen. Now turn to the left side. Hook the right elbow around, draw the belly in, bring your hands to the heart center, and then take your gaze over your left shoulder. So we're inhaling on, extending on the inhale and then twisting on the exhale. Again, we can pick up that back knee if you want a little bit more challenge, if you want to get your balance in there too. Now release the knee to the floor. Bring your hands to either side of the right foot, pick up your back knee, and then step yourself back into your down dog. Walk out the heels a couple times. Now let's look forward to the hands. We're going to step the feet forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Now let's drop down. Let's inhale, reach up. Exhale the hands to the heart center. Take a breath here. So we're going to come into a nice deep forward bend. We're going to bring our feet hip width apart. Have your toes and your heels in a nice straight line. Reach the arms above the head. Take your two peace fingers, hook them around the big toe. So I want you to make a big clasp with your thumb. Now inhale, lift the chin and chest. I want you to flatten off the back. As you exhale, draw the elbows out to the side and bring the crown of the head down towards the floor. Do that 2 more times. So inhale, lengthen, lift the chest, flatten off your back, straighten the back of the knees if you can. Exhale, forward fold. Good, 1 more time. Big breath. Inhale. And exhale to forward fold. So we're folding the body in half here, bringing our chest onto our thighs, releasing tension. Good, now release. Take your hands to the floor now. I want you to toe heel the feet out into a nice deep squat. So we're going to have our toes turned out, have our heels stayed on the ground. If you find that you can't release the hands, just keep them on the floor for support. Use your elbows to gently push the knees open. If you're comfortable here, we can take our hands to prayer position and take our elbows and push the knees open. That's it. Keep the back nice and straight, chest lifted. And then release here. Take your hands to the floor. We're going to straighten through the knees, toe heel in. And then again, softly roll up slowly. So 1 vertebrae at a time, bending your knees, being mindful of your lower back. Come all the way to standing. So now from here, we're going to take our right toes to point towards the end of one side of the mat. And our left foot is parallel to the other end. So if you were to draw a line, your heel would line up with the middle arch of the back foot. Take the arms out to the side. We're coming into our warrior two. Take your right knee now, stack it over your right ankle. Draw your shoulders above your hips. And then we're going to turn our gaze down our right arm and look out towards our right middle finger. I want you to tuck the tailbone, draw the abdomen in, keep a nice strong back leg. Okay, so people have a tendency here to push forward with the warrior. So I want you to keep your shoulders stacked over your hips. The knee now, making sure that knee is pointing towards the baby toe side of your foot and not rolling in towards the big toe side. So 2 more breaths. Now we're going to push into this front heel to straighten the front leg, moving into triangle. We're going to reach the right hand forward, take this left hip back, reach until you cannot reach anymore, and then drop down into your triangle. Take your left arm up to the sky. So we're going to roll the left rib cage, tuck the right hip under, and feel a nice stretch in that left hip. Let's gaze down towards the right foot, bring a slight bend in the knee, push up and lead with the left hand. Exhale, release the arms down. Turn your right toes up and forward. Take a big breath in, reach up, palms touch. Exhale to bow forwards, coming into our wide angled forward bend. You're going to grab the ankles and straighten through the back of the knees. Use your arms now, so bend the elbows, draw the chest towards the thighs as you draw the crown of the head down towards the floor. So we're folding the body in half here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. 1 more time. Inhale, lengthen, lift and flatten off the back. Exhale, coming into a nice deep forward bend. This is where I notice all the stuff under my couch that needs to be cleaned. Well, we'll just ignore that. All right, bring the hands to the middle. We're going to toe heel in. Come about hip width or a little bit wider. Soften the knees. Again, always mindful of our lower back as we transition from our forward bends. We come up slowly and carefully. Okay. Now left toes point towards the end of the mat, right foot parallel. Take the arms out to the side for our warrior two. Bend your left knee, stack it over your left ankle, and keep your shoulders stacked over your hips. Back leg engaged, tailbone tucked, chest lifted. Hold here. So reaching the fingertips away from one another, looking down your left arm now. Now let's straighten the front leg into our triangle. Reach your left hand forward, drop it down so the hand is just below the knee, and take your right arm to the sky. So your fingertips are pointing towards the ceiling. We're going to turn and look towards our right thumb. Hold here and breathe. And then let's gaze down towards our left toes. Bring a slight bend in the knee. I'd like you to push yourself all the way up. Exhale the arms down and then step the feet together. Good. So we're just going to do a balance here before we make our way down to the floor. So we're going to do dancer's pose, which is really nice for doing a little bit of a back bend, also opening through the chest. So we're going to start with standing on the left leg. I want you to engage the quadricep muscles, lift the knee. We're going to reach back with our right hand, grab our right foot. Now we start with a quad stretch, so bring the knees together. Have your right toes pointed into your right hand. Take your left arm and reach it up towards the ceiling. So we're going to extend and reach. As we exhale, I want you to tip forward, starting to kick your right toes towards the sky, towards the ceiling. Bringing your torso down towards the floor as you exhale, kicking up and then opening through that right chest. So keep kicking. We're going to challenge our balance here. We're going to stand strong on the standing leg. Reach forward as you exhale and deepen. Inhale to come back up. Release the foot down. And then we'll switch sides. So we're going to stand on the right leg now. Really strong standing leg. Kick. Bring the left foot in. My left SI joint is often locked a little bit, so it's harder for me to grab that side. So we're going to tuck the tailbone. Press the left hip forward, get that quad stretch. And now reach your right arm up. Reach to the sky. Lengthen and lift. And then kick the left toes up towards the sky. As you reach that right arm forward, bring the torso down and kick. So this left toes we're trying to have peak above the top of the head. Keep drawing the shoulder back. Point the toes and lift. And hold. Let's inhale back to standing. Exhale to release the foot. And then I'm going to turn around because I have the mat facing this way. And then we're going to make our way down to the floor using our sun salutation. So bring the hands to the heart center. We're going to take a big breath in. Exhale to bow forwards. Inhale, halfway lift. Stepping into plank. Let's hold our plank for a second here. So our shoulders are above our wrists. I'm going to lower the hips. We'll take this right knee, tap the right elbow, and then bring it back to your plank, and then go left side. So just working a bit of core. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good. And then we're going to take it all the way down to the ground. So you can either drop to the knees, or you can just let yourself come all the way down. We're going to push up and come all the way into child's pose. Have your knees nice and wide and have your big toes touching. Have your fingertips reaching forward and just rest here for a moment. So just allowing the breath to come into the body, feeling that belly rising and falling between your thighs. Now from here, we're going to walk our hands over to the right side. So have your left hand pressing into the floor and sit your left hip back and down. So we're getting a nice big stretch into that left side of the lower back. Into your side waist, into your hip. Walk the hands over to the other side. So hands come over to the left. The right hand is pressing into the floor now and our right hip is moving back and down. Come all the way back to center. We're going to make our way into a seated position. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together into Baddha Konasana. So we'll have our heels coming up into our inner thighs, hands wrapped around the toes. We're going to sit nice and tall, lengthen. As you exhale, bring the chest forward and take your elbows and just push the knees down. So we're getting a nice stretch through the inner thighs and through your hips here. Inhale to lengthen and then exhale to deepen. And now let's sit up nice and tall. We're going to extend both legs out in front. So we're just going to lift the fleshy part of your bottom out of the way. So if you have a yoga strap, this is a good time to use it. We're going to pop it around the feet. If not, we're just going to use our hands. So we're going to inhale up, reach to the sky. Exhale, come forward. So you can either grab your feet. If you can't quite reach, then just grab wherever you can. So shins, ankles. Tuck your chin to your chest, draw your belly in, and then round forwards, coming to a really nice full stretch here through the hamstrings, through the lower back, bringing our chest on top of our thighs and the crown of the head towards the feet. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, deepen. Let's sit up nice and tall now. We're going to bend up the right knee and bring your right foot to the left inner thigh. We're going to turn to the right side to come into our seated twist. Take your left elbow to the outside of the knee, draw the belly into your spine, take the crown of the head up towards the sky, and then turn and look over your right shoulder. See how Marley is the right idea. He knows how to do Shavasana, this dog. This is his posture for most of the day. Completely flat out. And then come back to center, extend the right leg. And then we're going to bend up the left knee, sitting nice and tall, chest up. Turn to the left side now. Take the right elbow to the outside of the knee and then lengthen, turn and twist and gaze over your left shoulder. And now let's roll back to center. We're going to make our way down to the floor to finish. So we're going to do bridge pose. So come on down slowly. We're going to bring our heels nice and close to our buttocks. Have your feet and your knees hip width apart and have your hands pressed to the ground. Tuck your chin to your chest. We're going to push into the heels. Lift your hips up as high as you can. So we're going to squeeze through the glutes and hamstrings. Now let's interlock the hands, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and lift the hips that little bit higher. So this is a nice chest opening back bend. We're sending our hips towards the sky. Big breath into the belly and release. And now let's let go of the hands. We're going to release slowly down. Now, once you're down here, we're just going to bring the knees into the chest. Just give the lower back a very gentle stretch. Now, right knee is going to stay here. The left leg is going to extend to the ground. Bring the right knee towards the right shoulder. Have your left leg flexed with the foot engaged. And then we're going to take the right leg up for a hamstring stretch. So press your heel to the sky, ground the right side of your lower back into the floor. If you have a yoga strap, another good spot to use it. Just take it around the foot, and that helps to intensify the stretch a little. Now from here, the left foot comes to the floor with the knee bent. We're going to bring the right foot across to the top of the left knee. We're going to reach behind the left leg now, interlock your hands, pull in towards your chest as you take the right elbow to just push the right knee away. So we're getting a nice stretch in the lower back and hip here into your glutes. Now right foot drops to the floor, left leg comes across, so your thighs are together, hugging. We're going to drop both knees over to the left side. Gently push down with your left hand, and then turn your gaze to the right. So we're coming into that supine twist. Feels really good here in the right side of your lower back and hip. And now let's roll back to center. We're going to extend the right leg. Bring your left knee in towards the left shoulder. So have that right foot flexed. Gently pull the knee in, just giving the left side of your lower back a little stretch. Now straighten up, flex the foot, press the heel to the sky into our hamstring stretch. Let's take this right foot flat on the floor, take your left foot across the top, reach behind the right thigh, interlock your hands and pull, take your left elbow, push the left knee away, get a nice stretch in that left side of your lower back and hip. From here, the right foot's going to drop to the floor, the left leg comes across, thighs together. Drop the knees over to the right side, take your left shoulder or left arm out to the side, turn your gaze to the left. As you push the knees down, twisting and opening, giving that left side a nice big stretch. Come on back to center. We're going to bring the knees in one more time, and then we're just going to transition into Shavasana for a final couple of minutes here. So just roll the knees. And now we're going to extend the legs. Extend your arms. Have your palms facing the sky. Draw the shoulder blades down away from your ears, and then close your eyes. Grab a blanket if you need to, if it's chilly. We're just going to spend just a couple of minutes here, so I want you to let go of the deep breath. Just breathing naturally. Just taking a quick scan of the body, seeing how it's feeling now. Hopefully some tension has been released. As you exhale now, just really feel the whole body sinking down into the ground, like you're lying on a big giant pillow. So just start to deepen the breath here. Wiggling your fingers and toes. And then whenever you're ready, we're just going to roll onto one side. We'll just rest here for a moment. And then making your way up into a seated position. So sit with your legs crossed, sitting nice and tall. We're going to bring the hands to the heart center. And just join me in one final big breath in. Reach the arms above the head. Bring your palms together and then down to the heart. Thank you so much for your practice. Namaste. Thank you for joining me, guys.